So excited to be back. It's been a hot minute, but yeah, I have been very busy. Lots going on, a lot of life changes, all good things. So nothing to be concerned about. Sorry for my extended long absence, but very glad to be here and back on the mic. Oh man. Okay, well that's something at least. You hearing me on the call, or are you just not hearing Phil, or is it neither of us? Only me. Okay, so currently I'm the only one that you all can hear. So glad to be here. Hopefully we'll get the technical difficulty sorted out. While Phil's doing that, I'll pick up the call since we're not hearing him. But
All right, can you hear me now, as the kids would say? Yes, okay, good.
okay,
I figured it out.
hey,
And I didn't actually have to stop the sim. I don't know why it does that. Welcome in, everybody. Sorry about that. Thanks for letting us know. From time to time,
yes,
OBS
always
just
appreciate it.
says, hey, the microphone that you leave plugged in all the time, I don't actually want to acknowledge that it exists right now. But it does.
Oh,
So we're so glad to have you on,
yes.
Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel. Shedeur Sanders going to take off after going 3 and out, where the Titans, again, the 1-7 Titans, so Cam Ward doing his best. Stats looked pretty good, but again, 1-7 for Callahan and company. All right, so here we go. Now we'll settle into it. Quick throw to the right side to the Chief, to the 45, and it'll be shoved out of bounds at the 46-yard line into Titan territory.
Yeah, beautiful little scheme there, just on that bench route concept, able to find some space there with the cut underneath. You see him flood on the right side, and underneath comes open, and Njoku turning upfield to get extra yardage, just like they teach you.
First down for the Browns. Shedeur Sanders, again, we'll give Big Dog, Big Q the credit for encouraging us to start Sanders last game. He was sensational. The Browns walloped the, gosh, I've already blanked out on who they played. But it was a good game, I promise. Jeez, my brain. The Patriots, good golly.
Patriots.
They walloped them big time, and he had a good game. Here's a throw over the middle to Judkins out of the backfield. Now first down for the Browns to the 31.
Yeah, those running backs are dangerous because if you give them, if they've got some good hands on them, able to do something with the ball coming at them rather than just hand it off to them, then they can be an extra threat because you're usually picking those up with a linebacker, and it's harder to, those guys have a harder time covering in the backfield. They usually can be an extra set of hands or a weapon in your offense if you can get them snuck into the pattern out there.
2nd and 10 now for Sugar, as we've come to nickname him because Mason's phone was talk texting and auto-corrected Shedeur to Sugar. So we've been calling him Sugar here on the channel. We'll see if it sticks. Also thought maybe we should call him Speedy after his activities. This one's going to be tipped at the line by Jarvis Brownlee, the nickel, and the Browns are going to stall out here, 4th and 3. Maybe we should go for it. We'll do a little situational coach mode here. Why not?
Yeah, this one feels like a good moment, especially early in a ball game. Get some momentum going. You've had a pretty good drive up to this point. 4th and 3. This is the kind of down and distance from this part of the field that the Browns love to go for it.
Yes, they do. Fired over the middle. Fannin, first down and more to the 15 and the 10, and the rookie has him a 1st and goal situation.
Yeah, that was a thing of beauty right there. Just a beautiful stick concept. Make sure you're deeper than the sticks for the first down. They do. And then a wide open target. Easy first down.
Back to pass now, Sanders. Pass rush is taken care of. He'll float it gingerly over the middle. It's caught by Deontay Johnson, who I don't think had a catch the entire Patriot game, so good to get him going early. Again, if they can catch lightning in a bottle with him, it's going to be very successful for them. Hey, Wendell, welcome in. This time it'll be to the right side for Dylan Sampson and a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, lightning in a bottle indeed. He's the perfect complement. Why I understand completely why they went after him. If they could develop him to the way, or he's not even really developed, he's had that success. But if they can get that out of him, he's exactly what you want. Big touchdown here. Tillman coming wide open. You got to cover him in the end zone, sir. But Tillman able to get the 6th.
Absolutely. Huge drive, opening drive. Apparently a Thursday night game, and Sanders able to just put it right there where the 19 can only catch it. He beats L'Jarius Sneed. They paid a lot of money for L'Jarius Sneed in free agency, and Tillman absolutely whips him that time. Welcome in, Wendell. Good to have you in. Yeah, it is extremely hot in central Ohio as well. I ran an errand we ran an errand this morning and nicknamed it Satan's Oven out there right now.
Oh man, yeah, we're about to embark on a big long road trip to Ohio, so I'll be there local here soon.
Yes.
In the next few days, getting in on Saturday. A road trip all the way from Seattle, so long road trip. But my daughter thought it would be prudent to pack only exercise pants, and I said no. You need shorts. It's going to be much too hot for exercise pants alone.
Back to pass now. Cam Ward after his 7-0 Browns lead across the middle. First down. Now just 3 yards away as Calvin Ridley picks up his 2nd catch of the early first quarter here.
Thanks, Bo. Really appreciate it. Really looking forward to the trip. Should be a lot of fun.
Here's Ty J. Spears now, the other part of that backfield with Tony Pollard for the Titans. Tyler Lockett came over in free agency, and he's, if you remember, we did the deep dive of the stats a couple of weeks ago. Tyler Lockett statistically is having a very good year, but again, 1-7 right now for the rookie quarterback. To the right side, and it's knocked away by Delpit. 4th down, upcoming.
Felt like that had a pick written all over it, but not able to come up with it, just knocks it down. And for those of you who are keeping track and are curious, yes, that does mean you can expect some in-person live, sitting right next to each other, Nagy on Sports action on the call, as I will be there staying with Phil.
Absolutely. For like a week. So yeah, maybe even a couple.
That's right. Absolutely.
Nice job by the defense. 7-0 here. Browns take over for their second drive of the game. Again, Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel. Quick little dump left side of the Chief again. They just pick up 6 and 7 yards. The layups are layups, and that's the Kevin Stefanski offense run to perfection.
Yeah, and going back to the wide zone scheme is really the bread and butter. What marrying the run of the pass. That's exactly what we should expect this season. They've talked about it quite a bit, and that's what they're trying to build around and kind of rebuild on some success that they've had. I mean, we've obviously seen it work. You got to have good running backs for that, as we had in Nick Chubb, but they're trying to restock there, and I think Judkins certainly is a good start to that.
Yes, he is. He had a nice run there for a first down. Quick throw left side to Judy. Takes a pop from Roger McCreary, but he holds on. Judy had a monster game against the Patriots. There you can see his stat line from that 45-21 Browns victory. Wendell, that's a good question. I haven't seen any leaks just yet because we're still like mid-August before the game comes out, but my guess is he'll probably be like a 74, I don't know, 75. Maybe over the middle, caught by Judy out of nowhere to the 15, and Jerry Judy continues to have an excellent campaign.
Yeah, what an athletic play here from number 3. Just look at him go up and high point this. Makes an incredible catch in front of the defender. He's max stretched to get that ball, and then somehow manages to maintain his feet and get some extra yardage out of it, too.
It was a very nice catch. Under center for sure. Now back to pass. Sanders is in trouble. He'll roll. Now to the 15, to the 10. He'll slide. Picks up his 5 and gets down. He did that very well in the previous start against the Patriots as well.
Yeah, I remember a time when we were begging for quarterbacks to do that.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely we were. Now 5-step drop for Shador. He'll fire. Left side end zone. Oh! Almost over the top for a touchdown. Deontay Johnson was open, just needs to kind of feather that ball, layer that ball over the top of the corner to get it to Deontay.
Yeah, with the right loft, that would have been beautiful, but that was very risky with the angle he had on that ball.
Shador now, he'll step up again to the 10, to the 5, to the 3, to the 2. He doesn't slide, he takes the contact, and it's 1st and goal at the 1-yard line for the Browns. Kid's got some guts. There's definitely no arguing that fact. Fannin and Njoku on either side of the line, right up the middle to Judkins. Powers his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. 2 drives, 2 scores, and this team is humming right now.
Yeah, that was beautiful work there from Judkins. Just sheer determination to get into the end zone. He has a nose for it. Picks his hole wisely, but then just buries his shoulder into the line and able to get himself across the end zone. Big touchdown for 10.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, they won't leak those ratings for a little bit, Wendell, and even at then, the rookies probably don't come out early in that. They did release the team rankings, and the Browns are like the 5th or 6th best-rated team, and people were like, what's going on? And to me, I think that has to do with the fact that we have some significantly high individuals, a la Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, David Njoku, who could be kind of maybe artificially bringing up the entire team's ranking. But, hey, we'll take it. We will take it. Like I said, mid-August for that one. The new college football game comes out like in 2 weeks. So left side throw, Lockett got behind Newsome, watch out, he can fly, and Hickman has the right angle to save the touchdown at the 24. Tyler Lockett beats Greg Newsome off the line.
Yeah, that's what you pay your safeties for. The free safety in particular able to make a play here just deep enough to be able to get that line for this prevent the touchdown. But if he doesn't take the right angle, that's a touchdown for sure. And yes, on the call finally, Fellegren. It's been a hot minute, been pretty busy, lots of things going on, but very, very glad to be back able to get on the mic for a call at long last. Been a minute.
Tony Pollard drives the right side, nowhere to go. Under a minute to go, first quarter, Browns 14, Tennessee 0, but Tennessee is driving with their first downs of the quarter now. And into Browns territory. Play action to Pollard. Pressure coming from Miles. He chases the rookie. Oh, he misses him, and they finally able to throw it away. 3 different Browns had a chance to sack him, and instead it's incomplete. And yes, Fellegren, welcome in. Good to have you on. 3rd and 9 now. Ward across the middle. Caught by Lockett, but drilled immediately by Newsome. It's a short gain of just 3. And the first quarter is going to come to a close with a presumable Joey Sly field goal attempt. I don't think they're going to be able to snap it with a second left. They will not.
So, what do you think about all this Newsome smoke that's been out there? Seems like forever. They've been
in terms of what, trading him?
Oh, the Newsome trade smoke that's been endless to like 3 or 4 different teams.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a fun talking point, but clearly he hasn't been traded, so.
No, I mean they keep talking about like Dallas or Philadelphia or a whole bunch of teams have been linked, quote unquote.
I had heard
trade.
Yeah, I had heard the Packers.
Yeah, that's another one.
As a team, especially because they just lost Jair Alexander, and they have like 6 young, pretty good receivers, and that's still probably the biggest area of apparent weakness on the Browns roster would be that receiver room.
Yeah.
Saying what you will about the quarterbacks. All right. 14-3 again. Appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel, only place on YouTube that you're going to find Dylan Sampson running to the left side for 7. Only place you're going to find these simulated sporting events with live original commentary. Appreciate all of our subscribers. You guys are the very best. If you have not had a chance to, we'd encourage a subscription. Out of the pistol, little boot action for Sanders. Now he'll fling, levels concept, caught by the Chief. First down. Easily beating the linebacker Cedric Gray and out of bounds at the 44. The Browns continuing to move the football with relative ease so far.
Yeah, doing a good job marrying the run and pass in this game. Good balance between it. Here's another run, nice little cut. And you got to if you're not sure how this offense works or why, and you're curious and you want to take a look at it, I've got a few breakdown videos still on the channel. They're still there. You can take a look. Give you an idea of what exactly this wide zone scheme is back when they went to it, when we were first having Kevin Stefanski come on board. This is what we were expecting. This is what we broke down on the channel. And you're welcome to take a gander if you're curious how this exactly works. As Tillman's got a big pickup here.
Nice throw on the run. Running to his left, the right-handed quarterback Sanders able to get his shoulders square and deliver a strike to his big wide receiver. Look at that. Lots of green grass around him.
Yeah, but there are 3 videos. You can find them in the playlist section on the channel under breakdown videos.
Here comes Quinchon. He'll try to go wide. He'll bounce that one to the outside. Only picks up 1. A little bit of a slower developing play. There's Amani Hooker, the longtime Titan safety, on the tackle. Under 11 to go here, second quarter. Sanders has his team in the high red zone once again. Fling it, deep shot, right side. Oh! He tried to float it so that Sampson could keep his toes in bounds. High risk, especially when your receiver's 5'8". Not able to complete that pass. Sanders now fired. Whoop! Doink right off the back of Ethan Posick. Otherwise, Judy's right there on a dig route, and he maybe has enough room to run for a first down. We'll never know because it literally hits off the back of 55.
Yeah, problem is you're going to have an ineligible receiver downfield if that is completed because Posick was down.
He was
where
way
the
far
ball
down.
was intended to be we're supposed to be caught if it's hitting him in the back at the point of catch. That's not ideal. So it's certainly not the best play there from your center. As he was not the best position at that point.
It was not how they dial it up. Certainly.
Nope.
All right. Here comes Cam Ward again. After that return from Xavier Restrepo, the rookie out of Miami. I think he went undrafted to come with his college quarterback. I think he ran like a 4.7 40 or something like that, and basically didn't get drafted because of it. So.
I mean, even I ran faster than that.
A double pass. Oh, back to the left. Incomplete. Lockett got the football. Looked like he threw it back to Ward, but it's incomplete. What is happening?
Pretty wild play right there. Back in my prime, anyway. I certainly couldn't run that anymore, but back in my prime, I was a 4.64.
There you go.
Even I was faster than that.
Wendell, you may need to refresh. Mine is not frozen. Sorry about that. Fun technical issues today. 3rd and 9 now. Ward, obvious passing situation. Browns are just going to rush 3, so he's going to take off to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, and a first down before Baker is there. There's that man coverage downfield. Everybody's got their backs turned. The quarterback can take off. Cam Ward saw the large swath of green grass and took off for a first down, Titans. Under center, Lloyd Cushenberry III. Play action now for Cam Ward. Now he'll fire on the run. Good throw in space, and that's Traylon Burks. Remember the former first-round receiver from a couple years ago. Kind of now the 3rd receiver here with Calvin Ridley and Tyler Lockett, but a good catch there for Traylon Burks.
Yeah, for his heavily anticipated coming out and highly drafted he was. He certainly hasn't panned out the way that many people thought he would.
Yeah, was he in that draft with like Olave and Garrett Wilson and
either that one or the one
Drake London and all those guys?
Yeah, I think so. But a lot of people had him, going high and doing very well, and he went high. He just didn't do as well as I think many people expected. He's kind of been relegated a bit. This Titans offense.
Yes, Wendell, in the sim season, this was the Thursday night primetime game. Can't you tell? Don't we sound like Kirk Herbstreit and gosh, who's the very, very veteran guy who does the play-by-play for the prime? I just blinked out on his name. It's like Al Michaels or something, right? I mean, it's like
I think it is Al Michaels.
Yeah, pressure coming, and Obo Okoronkwo will sack the rookie on 3rd down, and the Browns are just humming now both sides of the football.
Oh, absolutely, Pellegrin. If they could play like this in real life, I think we would be more than happy with our draft. I think we would be absolutely ecstatic, and the future would be very bright. I mean, there's a reason right now. Yeah, Alex tells us Al Michaels. Indeed.
Thank you, Alex.
There's a reason we're 6-2 right now, and the rookie's a big part of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we've only started rookie quarterbacks because Flacco has been super nerfed for being 40 in the game.
Don Junkins has been a huge part. I mean, you've got a lot of success out of your rookie class here in Sim.
Sweschinger's been really good. Mason Graham's been really
Schlesinger
good.
with big pick 6 in the last one, that was huge. So it definitely big plays from the rookies, kind of all around the board. And if we can get that kind of play out of the real rookie class in real life, man, look out. The Browns maybe not competing for a playoff spot, but certainly looking bright in the future for sure.
Another dump off short to Judkins that hits the offensive lines. A couple times we've seen that in this game. Again, Shedeur, the taller of the 2 rookie quarterbacks, certainly, and that one doinks off the heads of Xavier Woods, the former Panther and Cowboy kind of safety linebacker hybrid, another player that the Titans spent money on in this offseason. Dan Moore from the Steelers to buoy their offensive line. Kevin Zeitler, of course, the former Brown and Raven, also to play on that offensive line, all to try to protect their asset. That is Cam Ward. Hey, Karen, welcome in.
Hey, Karen, welcome.
To the right side now. Here comes Ty J. Spears. Big gainer, and he's stuck right at the sticks by Denzel Ward. Beautiful form tackle there, but a gain of 9.5 is the result. Yeah, maybe Sugar is beefing with his O-line. He has doinked him a couple of times today, hasn't he? Play action for Ward. Miles getting brutally held. No call. In the middle, tipped up in the air, and then almost intercepted. That ball hung for a long time. Good play by Hickman. 3rd and short coming up.
Well, it was either going to be intercepted or actually caught for a completion, as you had an offensive player there in the area also where it kind of floated.
Left side throw, very short to Okonkwo, the tight end. They didn't need much. They didn't get much. First down, Titans, and Schlesinger right there to mix it up a little bit. have a shotgun now for Cam Ward. Interestingly, the roster lists him as Cameron Ward. Cameron Ward to take the snap now. He'll fire. Left side throw. Caught up. Couldn't hold on. MJ Emerson puts a lick on Lockett. And he drops the football, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, beautifully timed there from MJ. Just able to meet the player as the ball arrives, jars it loose, and forces the incompletion. Nicely played.
Pollard, a big hole, finally hit about 20 yards upfield by Hickman. That one was blocked up beautifully by that veteran offensive line we just spoke about. Man, he was wide open.
Yep.
Browns have been gashed from time to time in the run game up the middle there. Turnaround split zone, actually play action out of it. Pressure coming from Tryon Strayinka. This one's going to be picked off. Delpit snags it at the 5. Grant Delpit, and we've got a turnover in back-to-back weeks, which is something we have not seen a lot of in the sim. But Grant Delpit picks off the rookie, and the Browns take back over.
Yeah, it felt like that, and they've been flirting with that all game long. Finally bites Ward here at just that one too many underthrown balls, and Delpit absolutely makes him pay here. Nice high point to the ball. Plays nicely underneath, a little 500 game there, but he comes out on top. And Browns with a big pick, and you know what they say about turnovers. Once they start coming, they come in bunches.
That's true. That is true. Can't get past the line this time. Sampson will actually lose a couple of yards. Nice play once again, Xavier Woods there as well. 504, welcome in. I missed you. I know you've been in the chat for a minute, but I don't think I greeted you. Appreciate you being on. Trips to the right side now for Shador, 2nd and 13. He's back to pass against the 4-man rush. Pressure coming, he feels it, and then he'll fling it away. Good job by Sanders to avoid the damage getting worse. Now 3rd and long for the Browns. They'll go with 4 wide receivers out in the package. Rare formation for them. Back to pass now. Shador in trouble, and he'll be sacked. Jeffrey Simmons beat Conklin. And on a 3rd and long, everybody was covered. And the veteran Jeffrey Simmons will sack Shador for the first time today.
Yeah, it just took a little too long to develop that one, as Shador didn't really have an option downfield, kind of trying to find one, and then, of course, his protection breaks down before he can get rid of it. Ends up in a sack.
Yep, not a ton of plays for 3rd and 13 in the playbook, for sure.
That's why staying ahead of the sticks is so important.
As much as the game loves to run 4 verts all the time.
Although that actually wasn't. That was he had an underneath pass route he could have gone to, but I think he was looking for a little deeper.
Tyjae Spears
would not have been a first down.
Tyjae Spears went all over the place to try to get out of the backfield, and he couldn't. Swessinger eventually flies up and brings him to the ground. Swarming defense for the Browns. You know that makes Schwartz happy.
Yes, Karen, it actually is me. So glad to be back. Excited to be on the call. Been a hot minute. Been pretty busy. Lots of stuff going on. But all good things. And yes, Jim, I do think that we see the Browns get sacked an awful lot. I think part of that is just a product of we watch the Browns every time, and so somehow the stats in our games tend to get a little more inflated for sacks and everything else. That goes to our benefit as well as against us.
Yes, we have the most sacks as a team and given up the most sacks as a team. For sure. 2nd and 5. Zip it quickly to the right side. Nice diving play by Hickman to put his body in front of the football. If he doesn't touch that one, Lockett catches it and turns the corner in a hurry.
Sure does.
Ward now again on a 3rd and 5. Zip it over the middle. Got it. Burks first down and beaten Ward across the middle. And a 1st and goal now for the first time in the game for the Titans. Treylon Burks with a big catch. He's a big physical target, Treylon Burks. 6'2", 225. Man, now in his 4th season out of Arkansas. I think he was in that draft. This would be like 5th-year option year for him, along with Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and Drake London. He was kind of the forgotten guy of that quartet. Ward to the right side. Touchdown, Burks! Beats Greg Newsome on the little slant. And the Titans have their first score of the day in the end zone.
Yeah, Newsome having a bit of a rough game. He's kind of gotten exposed a few spots here. Here's another example of it: is he's not able to keep Burks in front of him as he just gets beaten to the inside. with that or that outside leverage, and then Burks makes him pay at the end zone when he's got a foot or two in front. That's all you need in those kinds of spaces to get yourself across the line.
Yep. 17-10 now, just 43 seconds. Pretty good to drive that time for Cam Ward. Scoring obviously when the time is right. Didn't even have to use any of their timeouts. And they'll kick it away to the Browns. Sampson from his own 7. And that's all the farther he'll get, to the 25. Sanders back out. He's played pretty well. Not quite as electric as he was a week ago against the Patriots, but he's been solid, and most importantly, he has not turned the football over, which is all you really want from your young quarterbacks starting out. Sanders over the middle. Oh, he had him open. And Judy just either didn't know it was coming or didn't raise his arms, or it was over his head. We had a bad vantage point. Either way, incomplete.
No, the good news is the defender didn't have a beat on the ball, because that could have been an ugly interception ball.
They'll try to go dig to the right side to Judkins, who'd lined up as a receiver. And it's incomplete now, 3rd and 10. Bo, I do remember when Tennessee was decent. Mike Vrabel and Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill, and they would go like 9-7 or 10-6, and that wasn't good enough for somebody. So they cleaned house.
I remember an opening week against the Browns where we got absolutely clobbered by these Tennessee Titans with the first year of OBJ, thinking we were going to have a Super Bowl team, and all of a sudden it was just like the Freddie Kitchens year. It went absolutely sideways.
Yeah, we
started with Tennessee.
Annihilated that game, yes.
We got smoke shots.
Wendell, I think
98-yard screen pass or whatever it was.
Yeah, why not? Wendell, you think Kit Nagy should get an app? Is that what you're saying? There should be a Nagy on Sports app? What would this app do that the Discord channel doesn't? Exclusive sim platform, like take YouTube out of the equation? Motion coming here.
What if we made our own replacement to Madden? Made it better.
I mean,
fixed it so it wasn't all the problems.
We could just be the executive producers of it, but yeah, that's unfortunately a little outside of my skill set.
Yeah, well outside of mine too. But it'd be awesome if we could.
We didn't mean to be the creative producers of it, yes.
Tell them what they're doing wrong.
Browns will continue to call their timeouts. It's going to be a 4th and 11, so they actually will get the football back with a couple of seconds. 4th and 11. The longtime veteran punter Johnny Hecker boots this one down. Nice punt. Here's DeAndre Carter, and 1 second remaining. We'll see how far Shedeur Sanders can throw it, perhaps. Browns will get the kick in 1 second. And he'll fling it deep to the right side, down to the toe. He's got a man open! Deontay Johnson caught it, but goes out of bounds at the 9. Somehow he did throw it past everybody, but it is not enough to get into the end zone. 17-10 at halftime.
Yeah, just a slightly better throw, and that's a touchdown. You actually needed to throw him open downfield rather than going to the sideline. If he goes him downfield and he adjusts to the ball, he's probably in, as opposed to going out of bounds with it thrown to the sideline like that. As he seasons a little bit, those kinds of throws are the changes that he'll start to make to his game. As you'll see those kinds of throws being replaced by throws to throw a player open and more of the situational football. In that spot, knowing that you're coming up on halftime, you really don't want your player going out of bounds there because you're going to run out of clock.
All right, half number 2, 17-10. Browns leading the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports. Quinchon, left side. Nice run for Judkins. Give him 6 to the 34. Setting up a 2nd and 4. Do appreciate all of our subscribers to Nagy on Sports, the only place on YouTube you're going to find simulated sporting events of all kinds with live original commentary, mostly our beloved Browns. We're also still wrapping up an Ohio State sim before that new game comes out, the occasional Guardians sim over the summer, and unfortunately my vacation lined up with both the NHL and NBA playoff finals, so we did not get to sim either of those. But Madden is the bread and the butter, and that's what we're simming now. Nice run by Dylan Sampson for a first down. Double tight ends to the left side. Harold Fannin. I still want to see more of Harold Fannin. Left side run for Sampson. No real where to go. A lot of bodies up at the line. Trying to follow Joel Batonio. Yeah, I don't... Bo, it always... All of it... The Oculus and stuff, like, it all gives me a headache. So I would be out on that. But I'm sure somebody would be interested. And I'm sure they have the means to do it if they want to. They just need to know that there's an audience to do it. Heck, it's what Jaden Daniels does, right? That's why he's so good. Have you heard about his, like, VR training that he does? And he'll be sacked Sanders back to the 19-yard line. The Browns have, like, a pretty sophisticated, like, VR virtual practice situation thing too, right? Wasn't that part of their clubhouse update a couple years ago?
What my understanding was.
I don't know if they're doing the Jaden Daniels program or whatever, because I think he like brought his own. He brought his own guys over from Germany to like make his app for him or whatever, because he used them at LSU too. And again, his whole theory is that he trains at like 1.5 speed or something like that, so that the defense reacts even faster than they do in real life. And so the idea being, if he trains his brain to read it that fast, then it looks slower in the game. Yes. Which again, obviously, Jaden Daniels is a smart guy, and I'm sure he's got smart people around him, but he can't be the only human being in the world to have thought of that. Like, what if I do this? So, and certainly now that it's out, everybody is going to be doing it, especially with the success that he had as a rookie. And we'll see how he does here on his sophomore campaign. 3rd and 2 now here for Cam Ward.
Be interested to see how defenses adjust to that, if there will be some sped up defensive reads in VR to kind of counteract these sped up for the same reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. Or if they'll do less disguises or more intricate disguises. It's like. So anyway, nice tackle there by Malik Collins. Kind of an unforgettable signing for the beginning of the free agent cycle, but another body to rotate there in the middle. Shedeur today, 12 of 24, 200 yards, and 1 touchdown. Again, a few of those incompletions coming off of the backs of helmets and the backs of his offensive linemen directly. High formation, turn around. Quinshon Judkins up the middle. A little hesitation got him 1 before linebacker Gray brings him to the ground. Now just in his 2nd year. They're starting middle linebacker Cedric Gray of North Carolina. 2nd and 9 for Sanders now. Back to pass. Fling it right side. Caught by the Chief right at the sticks. 3rd and inches. They're mad at us right now, Wendell? Why are they mad at us? At Browns fans, you mean? First and 10 on the catch to Jerry Jeudy. A can of Surge soda. Hey man, Surge. I remember Surge. Back to pass. Right side throw to the Chief, to the 45. Spun around him to the 40. First down. David Njoku, his 5th catch of the day. For the Chief, had a really good start of the season. Kind of got cold for a couple of weeks. Kind of went away, and now he's back again. David, welcome on. Is that a real thing? Congratulations, if so.
I'm assuming that's the start of a joke.
Or if this is the start of a joke. Now I'm going to read another one. Okay, there we go. I should have known.
I was going to say, it's got to be a joke. How well do you know David by now?
I do know him pretty well. Welcome in, though. Good to have you on. 3rd and 4 for the Browns. Moving the ball nicely here. 5.5 to go, 3rd quarter. They lead by 7 on the road here in Tennessee. More points would make me feel a little bit better. Sanders with a deep drop. He'll fire long right side for Deontay Johnson and a first down at the 29-yard line for the Browns. Yes, Bo, I fell for it. I know, I did too, Bo. I just like to celebrate people's successes. What can I say? Turn around, Quinchon, right side. He'll run right into the waiting arms of Cody Barton, another high-priced free agent coming over from the Broncos to man the middle of this defense for Coach Callahan. Left side run, Quinchon, nice little juke move, and he'll pick up 6 more before Arden Key brings him to the ground. Big third down upcoming for the Browns.
Certainly would be nice, wouldn't it, Jim, to have our quarterbacks look anything like this.
Sanders rolling to the right to the 30-25. He sees the first down to the 15, and he'll slide beautifully. Nice job for Sanders, and a first down. Browns into the red zone at the 14. As I say, Bo's ready for that one.
Uh-huh.
Back to pass now on a pistol for Sanders. Fired right side, it'll be picked off. Didn't feel Barton right in front of Tillman. And the first mistake of the day for Sanders gives the Titans some momentum and keeps the Browns off of the scoreboard.
Well, he'd been flirting a few times, kind of like Cam Ward had with some underthrown. This one kind of just on a line. He needed to either loft it up above or go to a different target. He's got a linebacker right in the lane.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he was looking at, but clearly did not see him standing right there.
Yep, put that ball on the wrong side of Tillman. And Cody Barton kind of did a little matrix, almost like apparated a second or a couple feet over to pick that one off. But first down for the Titans, and now they're moving with another first down to Calvin Ridley up to the 33-yard line. They'll go 5 wide. Now they'll change the formation, including bringing Tony Pollard back into the backfield.
No, that's a tough momentum swing. That's a tough momentum swing, too, with as good as that drive was in the field position, giving that away in that spot. You really put something together, had an opportunity to stretch your lead by another touchdown, and instead they're going to give the Titans some momentum, and here some more production now in their position, or in a position now for them to score and potentially tie this game up, where it could have been, this could be a 14-point swing right now.
Yep, 3 chunk plays after the turnover, and that's momentum is real, my friends. Momentum is real. Back to pass, or a little QB draw, actually, and it looks like he maybe got away with a face mask there. Jerome Baker on the tackle. Cam Ward grabbing it like, hey, he grabbed my face mask. 2nd and 7. First chunk play that didn't go for a first down on this drive. Quickly over the middle, first down again, Calvin Ridley. And that's how the third quarter comes to a close. And right now the Titans seem to have seized Uncle Mo and are not giving him back anytime soon, driving down the field nicely. Based on that interception right there is where it flipped. Here at Pnagsports Sports.
To be fair, Tillman did not do Sanders any favors, because you see him sitting there waiting on the ball to come to him. And we've talked about this a bunch on the channel. You can't do that, because defenders will absolutely take the ball away if you're going to wait on it. You got to go contest. You have to step up, contest at the point of attack, and find, at least get a hand on it to knock it down and play defender.
Yep. There's a rookie tight end, Gunnar Helm, tackled by a rookie linebacker, Carson Sweshinger. Back to pass now, Ward over the middle. Ridley, touchdown! There we go. So 7 points off that turnover from Shedeur Sanders, and you know that the Browns are not going to like that. 17-17 here, and 1 turnover has tisted this thing on its side. 13-19 to go in the game.
Yep, straight 14-point swing, and you're going to put some of that on Shedeur for not a great throw, not a great read, throws it right to the defender. But I'm going to put a little bit of that on Tillman. Tillman's got to do. He's got to do Shedeur a favor here. He's got to step up and at least contest the catch. Don't sit here and just hope it comes through.
All right, let's see how Shedeur responds to the turnover here. Tie ball game. Has not been in too many high-pressure situations yet in the young season. This is just his 4th start of the year. We've had 5 starts for Dylan Gabriel. He went 4-1 in those starts. Shador is 3-1 in his starts. No, 2-1 in his starts. That's a nice way to start it for 8 yards, by the way. Turn around, stretch it left side. Nope, play action. Shador, now he's in trouble, and now he's going to be sacked. Not sure why he just didn't throw that one away there, Shador. They'll take it all the way back, setting up a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, you were ahead of the sticks, but taking a sack there kind of puts you back behind it again. 3rd and 8, much more difficult to convert here.
Yes, it is now. Back to pass for Sanders. They'll rush 4. He's in trouble again up the middle, in trouble, and he'll fire it away. That was Devondre Sweat, the big D tackle. And Sanders does throw it away. That's what he should have done on 2nd down. And the Browns are going to go 3 and out.
And the difference being, if he does that on 2nd down, now your playbook opens way more. You have way more opportunities and things that you can throw at the defense on a 3rd and 2 as opposed to a 3rd and 8. And all it takes is that throwaway. He shows it the next play, but unfortunately a play too late.
And again, I know the records would indicate that this game should not be close, but this is the NFL. I mean, any given Sunday, everybody can beat everybody. And I don't know if the Browns maybe took it for granted or what, but right now, I mean, they were up, 17-3, and it has been a 14 unanswered run here from the Titans, and they've got the football back with some juice right now. 11:49 to go.
It's all hinged on that one interception that was a 14-point swing in this game. I mean, that's the difference.
Yep. Nice pursuit that time. Guess who? Carson Swessinger. Oh, look how nice it is to help him up and then talk some smack. Out of a shotgun now. The 1st overall draft pick. Cam Ward. Blitz coming from Baker. They'll feel it. Oh! Diving play in the seam to lock it. Nick Needham was over there in coverage. 3rd and 15 now. Be really nice for the Browns to get off the field here.
That's really fortunate on that one. He just missed. That was a wide open opportunity.
Left side throw, and Emerson will knock it away. Plays that kind of underneath coverage on purpose, gambling that the quarterback won't get it over your head. And Emerson knocks it down. Beautiful 3 and out for the Browns defense.
Yeah, Browns defense needed that one. They got a little fortunate. Cam Ward's a little off target on that previous play, but a 3 and out is big, especially in a tied ball game, and the offense has to find a way to put something together. Staying ahead of the sticks is going to be important, but they need to build back some of that momentum, and it's going to come 3 and 4 yards at a time. Reliable plays, march down the field, put it in the end zone.
Sanders in rhythm throw, right side, caught by Tillman. 50, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle for a 1st down to the 40. Nice run after catch for Cedric Tillman.
Yeah. What an individual effort that was from Tillman. He makes that play happen. He gets obviously you wanted to, like we talked about, you wanted to stay ahead of the sticks, which he does on the initial catch, but then the 2nd and 3rd effort to get not only the 4 yards, but then the additional yards for a 1st down. That's important. Good work there from Tillman.
Sanders now back to pass. Got it wide open to the Chief for a 1st down. He's undercut by Barton at the 25 and a 1st down Browns, and they have responded here nicely after their defense got that 3 and out. Good complimentary football so far here on back-to-back drives, which is what you want.
He sure has. He's been very good in this game.
He's top 5 in the league in receptions too. I mean, he's a high-volume catcher of the football right now. Sanders, lots of time. He'll take off 25-20. He'll slide at the 19, gain of 6. Everybody covered down the football field that time by the Tennessee defense.
But again, staying ahead of the sticks. Now 2nd and 4, a big, important pickup. It's not there. Find something to make it happen.
Judkins, sweet little cut over the middle and a 1st down to the 12 for the rookie. If you're playing along at home, you will notice that I did cut Sampson's hair, which I realize sounds very sacrilege, but he cut it in real life, and so far he's still been pretty good. Left side throw, long throw, caught by Fannin on the sideline. Just a gain of 3. That was dangerous and very late from Sanders. He was speeding down. Well done. Well done. Up the middle. Look at Judkins picking up the blitzing tackle as the ball out. Somehow they're going to say it's incomplete. That was a big defensive tackle, and Quinshon Judkins was handling him in pass pro. Love that. They'll go 5 wide on a 3rd and 7. Cannot turn this football over.
Hey, Sean, good to see you on.
Now he'll take off. He's got the first down. He's got the touchdown. Sanders does it by himself, and the Browns retake the lead.
Yeah, smart play here from Sanders. Realizes very quickly that it's not going to happen. Finds the gap while it's still there. If he takes even a half second later looking for something to open up downfield, may not happen, and that gap he takes would have closed, and he's not going to have the touchdown at all. Probably gets sacked instead.
8 plays, 53 yards, and they score the touchdown.
Been good, Sean. It's been, I've been very, very busy, which is why I haven't been on the call of late. But a lot of life changes going on, all positive things. But been good, and glad to actually have a chance to get on one here.
Yes,
which
welcome in, Sean.
We'll have some more. We'll have some more coming up as I am taking a big road trip to Ohio.
Yes, you will be.
And Phil and I will be
live in the studio.
That's right, live in the studio, Phil.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a little like Zoom video or like a little video or something. You can see both of our smiling faces.
That's right.
He kind of has, Jim. He has been quiet for us, for sure. I mean, the whole defense has been very good. Obviously, we're 6-2, but yeah, he has not had those standout 3 and 4 sack games that we've expected from him once in a while. I think he's still a 99 overall rating. I mean, he's making an impact, but not in the big splashy ways we've talked about a bunch. Here comes Ty J to the left, and Newsome will make the tackle. Under 6 minutes to go here. They trail by 7. Rookie Cam Ward and his 1-7 Tennessee Titans for Coach Brian Callahan. Of course, the offensive line coached by our guy, Bill Callahan. Over the middle, short throw, caught first down again. That's Ridley, blown up by about 3 different Browns simultaneously. 8 catches for Calvin Ridley in this one.
I rather wish he was still our guy.
Yeah.
But can't fault him for leaving. Really, I mean, he did it out of in solidarity for the way that AVP was treated, which I certainly understand. I think AVP kind of did get a raw deal, and it was all effectively on the same gamble, the same swing that they were taking on Watson, which we all know how that worked out, and AVP was the casualty of it.
Yep, he was.
And by extension, Callahan. And I think we really saw last year how big of a deal that was.
Mm-hmm. Now, I've heard a couple of interviews with the new guy, and he seems really good. He's in the Callahan tree, coaching tree, and the players really like him. They've called him a dick, like publicly, which feels like it's always a good sign. And he's like, I love it. He's like, it's the best thing they could say about me, because he coaches them hard. Because he coaches them hard, and he doesn't.
Yeah, and he
doesn't let them back off. Slant to the right side.
Yeah.
3rd and 5 coming up.
Well, that's the way Callahan was. He was a stickler for the details. Get the details right, because details matter. I mean, have you ever listened to Joe Thomas talk about every snap and how many, like his checklist of like 50 things that he's going through in his mind pre-snap for all the things? My toe is in this position, and I am doing, all of these things, like all the nitty-gritty details he goes through. He went through every snap, all 10,000 and whatever number of them. And that's the level of dedication and detail-oriented that you need to be at the NFL level, especially on the O-line, because those little things matter.
Well, there it is. Cam Ward with a really nice drive to tie this one back up. Treylon Burks pretty uncovered that time. Not sure what Greg Newsome was doing, or if it was just a zone and they found a pretty big hole in it. But the damage is done, and now a kick away from tying it up, and we're going to get to see what Shedeur looks like in a 2-minute game-winning opportunity, which he has not been in, I think, so far in this sim season.
No, I'm pretty sure we didn't expect this to be the game for him to.
No, I would not have predicted that.
or wet his beak on the opportunity for the clutch play, but here it is, 2 minutes 23. This is what every kid dreams about. That last chance to get the ball, drive it downfield, lead your team to a big win. And trust me, every game in the NFL is a big win. If you come away with that W, that is the most important stat in the game.
Yes, it is. They try Judkins up the middle. He'll pick up 1. You're right, 504. He's pretty highly rated, too. I'm not sure why he continues to be exposed. MJ Emerson hasn't been particularly great in the sim either.
No, but we've certainly seen in this game, Newsom in particular has been exposed a lot.
Quick little throw. He tried to do a little angle route to the Chief, and he put it at his feet. And all of a sudden, it's 3rd and 9.
Yeah, critical 3rd and 9, not staying ahead of the sticks. This is an important moment here.
Sure is. Pressure coming. He feels it. He's in trouble. Rolling in the pocket. Breaks 1 sack. He's going to try to run. Bowled out! And it's going to be picked up by DeJuan Jones. Oh, gosh. Well, whatever the opposite of clutch is what that drive was for Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, I think it was all summed up in the one play. I mean, the one play pretty much summarized the whole drive. It's really about all you have to say about that one.
Miles Harden on the kick coverage. Well, now you got to play defense. Joey Sly probably needs 55-ish on his field goal, so let's see what Cam Ward can do. They have 2 timeouts in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Browns have all 3 if that becomes into play later. Back to pass, Cam Ward. He'll float it deep left side. He wants a big shot play, and it's caught by Ridley. He just threw it up in the direction of 0, and our 0 couldn't make the coverage. Back to pass now, Ward. Got a good clean pocket left side. Throw again on the sideline to lock it, and now all of a sudden the Browns realize it, and they're starting to call timeout. 1:16 to go, and it's a first down. So even if they don't get a first down, the Browns cannot stop the clock until they choose to kick it. So I don't think that play went out of bounds. Why would you even call timeout there? I don't know. Ward, now he's in trouble. He'll take off. 25 to the 20. We're to the 10 to the 5. At this point, just let him score. They'll tackle him at the 4 and call another timeout. Oh, yeah, boy.
Mistake there.
Jim, that's not fair. Come on. I blame Kit.
Oh, man.
Jeez. No love. Motion coming. Turn around, up the middle to Pollard, and again, it's just let him score at this point, guys. We're not into the analytics of the game just yet, apparently. 504,
oh, no,
Madden.
David. Oh, no, that one's pretty good.
Pollard, that time they do let him score, which is the right thing to do with a minute to go. Well, Shedeur, you're going to get one more chance here. Potentially 504. I don't know if that... I don't know how much of this I would put on Madden and how much just momentum-killing plays by a rookie quarterback at the wrong times.
Yep, it really came down to loft on and touch on his passes. He had probably about 3 of them in this game, 2 of which should have been picked and 1 of which was. And that turned out to be a huge momentum swing in the game. It was a 14-point swing as they built off that momentum, put together a nice drive and scored.
All right, here we go.
Taking away a touchdown in the process.
Sanders, quick throw, right side. Got it right at the sticks. First down and more, but they got to hurry. That was Judkins actually lined up as a receiver. Back to pass, no spike. They'll hurry up. Left side throw. Got it right at the sticks again by Tillman. They got to hurry. They got to hurry. They got to hurry. 7-second runoff. No spiking the football. Now back to pass again. Sanders. This time he'll throw it away. That will stop the clock. 18 seconds to go. They got to get in the end zone. Yeah, you're kind of right, 504. After the Delpit interception, 17-3, we just sort of rested on our laurels, and you cannot do that. You cannot take a passive moment in this game ever. Shedeur Sanders chucking it out of bounds again, 4th and inches. Conklin trying to inspire the rookie. LA, welcome in. Yes, right now. Upset season is potentially upon us with 14 seconds left. Sanders firing it over the middle. Caught, first down. Jerry Jeudy to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. They got 7 seconds. I don't think it's enough time. Oh, no.
One broken tackle away from possibly tying that up at forcing overtime. But to answer that question, Bo, this is what they call a trap game. You can't ever take a team for granted, 1-7 or not. It doesn't matter if they are winless. You never take a team for granted, because the minute you do that, come out anytime that you have that opportunity, give them that opportunity, especially in a momentum play like we saw. And things like this can and do happen, and they're dangerous. I mean, these are still NFL players. They are paid. And they're at the level for a reason. Even if your team is not having a lot of success, it's any given Sunday thing.
Absolutely. Cam Moore today, 26-36, 325, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was pretty darn good, especially when it mattered. 10 for 36 for Pollard, 6 for 21 for Spears. Ward had 4 scrambles for 44 yards. 9 for 136 and a touchdown today for Calvin Ridley. Okonkwo, 5 for 39, 4 for 81 for Tyler Lockett. Treylon Burks, 4 for 49, but 2 of those things got into the end zone. Defensively speaking, felt like we called Barton's name a lot. We did. Woods and Snead also in there. The rookie out of Penn State, Kevin Winston, also with 7 tackles. 2 sacks for Key, 1 for Simmons, and 1 for Barton. Pick for Cody Barton is what really swung this game on its ear. For the Browns today, Shedeur Sanders, 24 of 42 for 337. 1 touchdown, 1 brutally timed interception, but 57% is not where we need him to be. 11 for 39 for Quinshawn and a touchdown, 10 for 30 for Dillon. 20 run carries, probably need a few more runs for the running back. Shedeur actually has 6 for 43 and a touchdown, but that fumble at the end, although it didn't ultimately hurt them. 6 for 63 for Tillman, 6 for 68 for the Chief, 5 for 99, almost a game-tying one at the end for Judy. Deontay Johnson had a couple of catches, 2 for Fannin, 2 for Quinshawn. Defensively speaking, Denzel Ward, your leading tackler. Baker with 9, Newsom to Schlesinger also with 9. Just 2 sacks today, 1 for Miles and 1 for Obo Okoronkwo, and Delpit had the interception early. But most important stat of the day is 31-24, the Browns. Magic runs out. They will lose to a 1-7 football team in their place on a Thursday primetime game, so they'll get a little bit of a mini bye to think about it. And of course, it feels like back to the drawing board on the quarterback conversation after Dylan Gabriel went 4-1. Now Shedeur 1-1 in his 2 games prior. We get the Green Bay Packers coming up in week number 10. They are 5-4. Our Browns are 6-3. And we'll be excited to bring that one to you here in a couple of days. A lot of fun, though. Appreciate everybody being on. Again, thanks so much to all of our subscribers. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we would very much appreciate that. Kitty, anything else you want to do to wrap it up?
Yeah, I mean, as great as the rookies have been for us this season, ultimately this one comes down to a rookie mistake, predominantly from Shedeur Sanders with that interception, and it really hinged on that play. And so you can't ever take a team for granted. You can make those kind of mistakes even against a team at 1-7, and it can absolutely change a game, and that's what we saw.
Yep, and it sure did. Good news is Browns are still 6-3. They are second behind the 7-1 Baltimore Ravens in the AFC North, but a lot of teams creeping around the 5-6 win mark, so they're going to have to keep playing a football at a high level if they'd like to mess around with the playoffs this year. Guys, this was a lot of fun. We do appreciate you joining us again. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we would encourage you to do that if you're willing. You can also hit that like button, help grow the audience. If you want to take your fandom to the next level, you can join us on our Discord channel, which is there an invite link in the description of this video, where you can join us there and chat between sims and also find out in advance of when we are going to sim. So, for Kit in Reno, Nevada today, Phil here in Central Ohio, we are Nagy on Sports, guys. Stay cool wherever you are. It is hot all over the place, and we'll see you again here real soon. Today we will say, go Titans, and as always, go Browns.